Hello and good evening. Welcome to the Standards of Geekness podcast YouTube page. Tonight, this is Evan Jones, aka EZ, coming to you live with a Pokemon TCG Pocket tutorial, a simple guide for beginners. Brian, actually, my co-host on the podcast, was asking me about the game the other day. It's not the first time I've been asked about the game and like how do I play, how do I build decks. So this is kind of a simple walkthrough of just not only how the economy works in the game, the types of cards, and how the systems work. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So right here, you're going to see your homepage. You've got, your level. So this is, Psyduck's one of my favorites. So you'll see your little image there. You got emblems. My mouse is bugging out. Sorry, guys. You got binders. You can feature, your entire collection. Let's remove that. Just got my second copy. But yeah, this is where you can put your wish list cards. So like things you're looking for to trade with other players. Trading's a pretty simple system. You get trophies for if you collect things. Overall, that's pretty straightforward. That's your profile. Here's your packs. So you can either do free to play or you can do the premium subscription, which is I believe $9.99 a month. And that with the free to play you get 2 packs a day. With the premium you get 4 packs a day. Hourglasses are basically, you use those to like build you like it says you use the time to use these to reduce the time it takes you to open more packs. So typically it's about 120 of those gets you 10 packs. You can also there's gold that you can purchase in the game. Wonder picks. So here this is a wonder pick. This is a pretty nifty system. So it tells you not only does it show how many of the copies cards you have, you can see, things you're missing, things you'd be surprised what you can pull. I got a full art trainer last week just on a random pack. There's a lot of things. There's events sometimes where they'll give away free ones that you saw at the top. Nothing in here that I really need, but we'll go ahead and show how it works. So we'll go to the top since this is a freebie. So right here, these are kind of like the hourglasses, but they're for the wonder picks. And then they recharge the little bars up at the top. These are tokens that let you purchase sleeves, mats, binders, arts, things like that. And then there's promos that they give out. Usually with these type of events, there's 2 promos. This week or this month is Cinderace and Alolan Bullpix. Let's see what it gives me. Oh, we'll take the token. Honestly, you can be completely free to play with this game. You don't have to really sink a ton of money into it. You can if you want to. So just kind of, if you get something new, it'll redirect you to your collection. It's a pretty straightforward, pretty intuitive thing to use. To open packs, basically, I believe there's 15 sets now. There's the shop. I'll go back to the packs in a minute. It was being a little slow. So here you get one of these a day where it gives you, you click on this, it gives you this and this for free. Every month you get free hourglasses. So you can exchange these tokens for hourglasses. You get these tokens by doing battles, by doing events, trading. You know, the cool thing here is when you start the game, you can get these tokens just by doing free things. There's certain bonus missions when you sign up, and you can get some staples that you'll need, at least early on in the game. Professor's Research is a 2 of them in every deck. Pokeball's a 1 to 2 of in every deck. Red card can be a 1 card. There's tons of different artwork, that looks cool, that you can use for your binders and things like that. So yeah, let's go over here. We got emblems you can purchase, special things you can purchase, limited time events. So, you can get coins for when you coin flip. I try to collect them all that I can. You can purchase gold. It's one of those things where It's not unreasonable. It's typical of gotcha games and typical of other game economies. There's this thing where you can gift players things, so when you give them a thanks, it'll give them these. Let's see if we can get the packs to work this time. So yeah, there's packs. There's, I believe, yeah, 3 sets in B, and then let's see here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 12 there. So yeah, 14, 15 sets. There is a meta game to this. There's 2 types of formats you can play. There is the standard ranked battle mode where you see people playing metagame decks. There's also the no EX format for those of you who are unfamiliar. No EX means there's no mega EX, no EX Pokemon allowed. It's a completely different type of metagame. I can do a separate video to cover that. Today we'll just kind of walk through the basics. Every day you'll also get missions down here where you can click on them, and every day once you open you get your free packs, and then you do your wonder picks. You'll get at least 2 of that gold hourglasses for the wonder picks and 4 hourglasses from the packs. And then there's other missions. Get things you get free as you collect cards for the decks. You'll unlock them to be able to use in solo mode, which I'll get to in a minute. These right here are just when you collect certain ones. There's drop events, theme collections. If anybody has these out there that wants to send them my way, feel free. Yeah, so basically, it's a pretty straightforward homepage user interface. You can also here's where your collection lies. So you got binders where you can put your trade binders, display boards. So this is a feature I don't really utilize a whole lot of. I just I think they look cool. You can pair your friend ID on them. Your binder, you can set to where it shows it by set if you've got it complete. Here's where your decks are. So we got 25 deck slots. You can favorite them. There's a number of different decks you can use. The current best deck in the game is this one right here, in my opinion. If you guys ever want to see what I'm playing, you can follow me over on Threads. I might start posting content in um, the Facebook page as well. And I'm going to be trying to get more Pocket videos out. It's just been really difficult with my schedule. But yeah, this deck's pretty straightforward. This is, not to do a total deck profile. Basically, this is a dark deck. Its whole concept is to utilize the Hydreigon and to generate free energy every turn. It does 130 damage, and you just got all of its energy. Basically, it puts a lot of pressure as a non-EX on a lot of the megas and a lot of the EXs. I'm in Ultra 2 right now. It goes by the Pokeball types. So there's Ultra Ball or Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and then Master Ball. So yeah, it also has Mega Absol to kind of play cleanup. It's got a poison package to kind of just apply pressure over time. And then it's got, Pokeballs, Rare Candy to level up into Stage 2. Lucky Ice Pop's a new addition from the latest set. And then there's, Professor's Research, Sabrina's, your trainers that kind of like copycats that lets you draw and dig cards. This deck can pretty consistently win on the second turn. I won't say that it's, too consistent, but it's happened enough in ranked to where I've probably won at least 20% of my games that way. People just fold to it. The artwork's pretty cool. This is the 1-star promo version of Hydreigon. And then this is the blinged out Pokeball, which anybody who was following over on Threads that knows the journey I went on from grinding for months to get the pack points to redeem for those. That's also a cool thing. As you open up packs, you get pack points for that set, and then once you reach a certain threshold, you can purchase cards by exchanging the points. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward in terms of the deck interface, excuse me. Social hub. So we got your friends list. Not to put out anybody out there. You're allowed up to 99. I kind of wish they would double that, especially now that they've implemented trading. Pretty easy to use interface there. You can share cards with people. So here, let's find somebody that needs something that I have that I can help them with. Here, let's go ahead and help you with this one. Pretty straightforward. And then trading. So trading is interesting because you utilize kind of a different economic system. You have these trade tokens, which you get, they regenerate over time. I haven't traded in a while because I've gotten everything from the set basically that I wanted. There's some other cool stuff that I wouldn't mind getting, but I'm not willing to get trade for them. And then I've got a ton of shine dust because in the beginning I did spend a little money, and it's just I build up and do all the events. But basically, to trade with somebody, you come down here, you click on trade, and then you look at their wish list, and say you and them talk. You can do it. I've done trades over Threads. I've done it over Facebook. There's an interesting app called Pokéhub that is really helpful. You can get Japanese language, Spanish, Chinese, Korean. There's pretty much any language you can think of that's currently legal in the game. And you can trade English versions and so forth for those. It's a pretty cool system, in my opinion. It's helped me. It's simplified getting things a lot. And then here's the battle system. So I'm not going to do any gameplay in this one just because gameplay can take a little while. At least, I guess, let me rephrase that. I'll do a solo mode gameplay for you guys. Let's go ahead and do an event. We'll just do the event just to see what happens here. That way you guys can get a feel for you. If you follow the channel, you've seen some of it. So this one, we're going to play Psychic versus them because they're weak to Psychic. There's a level of strategy to this. It's really straightforward, in my opinion. Whether we win or lose, this is irrelevant. I've already completed the event, but just to kind of give you a feel, there's a lot of some people think the game's super easy. I think there's a lot of varying skill gap levels. Even at the deck macro level, sequencing does matter in this game. It's a deck of 20 cards. Okay. So we're going second. And they've got their Ducklet. So their deck's basically trying to get the Mega, the new Mega over here up with a Psychic and Rock Energy on it to deal 140 damage. It's pretty straightforward. The Ducklet allows them to use generic stuff. This is my Tech versus the Hydreigon deck. I'm not super in love with this hand, but yeah, let's go ahead and get that out. See if we can dig with Copycat. Just draw up to 4 cards. Copycat's probably one of my favorite new cards they've added to the game. I actually 9 times out of 10 will shuffle my Professor's Researches back into the deck. Okay, and then this lets us set up pretty well. Let's go ahead and get the Pokeball. God, that's a beautiful artwork. There's another version of this deck that I do have built. Just kind of wanted to test this version. I'm going to hang on to the red card for now. So the goal here is to just apply pressure. Shingling makes it to where they can't play items, so their Pokeballs are dead. They've already played one. They can't play like the Popsicles. They'll do 10 damage back to me. Here we're kind of in a little bit of trouble. Just full transparency, just because. All right, so we're going to get Licia. See if we can get some more card advantage. Swabble and Shingling. Well, let's go ahead and... We're going to red card them. If I can get my mouse to cooperate. And our goal here is we're trying to dig to Mega Altaria. This hopefully, puts them in a position where if they had the evolution for Ducklet, which when it hits would not only KO our Chingling, but would put the energy on. Yep, they've got it anyway. And they'll transfer that. So they kind of, it's a 2-for-1 pressure ratio there, because not only are they getting a point for KOing, but then they're able to basically put a lot of pressure on us. Let's go with Jirachi, just because we can. There's Mega Altaria. Okay, so Professor's Research. This is where we'll start pulling ahead. And the nifty thing about the Swanna here is that it is basically a free retreat for them, so they don't lose anything. And right now with our training area in play, we're going to deal 140. And they've got no energy over here, so I'm not super worried about the Mega. They transferred it over to the Furfo, which has a nifty ability preventing some damage, but it can't prevent enough to prevent us from killing it. So if they deal 70 back, we're okay there. That's pretty good. Okay. Not super great, but could be worse. Don't think there's anything left in the deck that we want to play that for. So let's go ahead and put this here. We're not in any danger. Actually win a lot more with Indeedee EX in this deck. It's especially with that Mega, Indeedee can be kind of a house. So they've basically lost all momentum they have. They'll deal 10. And then we'll KO them for the third point. This is just showing you kind of basic gameplay. Let's research. Okay, and then, yeah, this is probably one of my new favorite cards. It's just insane. I definitely wasn't paying attention to it when they originally previewed it. So the cool thing is if you get your coin flip right, it goes back to your hand. I've had games where my Mega Absol, for instance, was at 20 HP, and I brought it all the way back up to full. So this is just showing sequencing. Trying to just play technically correct while we can. We'll just go ahead and finish off this game. If people want to know more about like my in-game play thoughts when it comes to ranked, I'm happy to do that. Tonight I'm taking a little bit of a break from ranked, just to kind of do this video to, kind of show people the general basics. If there's other things people want to see that they experience or decks you want to see profiled, I'm more than willing to just do more deck profiles. There are tournaments actually that go on worldwide at all times of day through limitless.gg, I believe. And cash prizes, promo giveaways, things like that. It's a pretty sweet system. Oh, got a cool promo pack. And then I guess we'll end the video by opening the promo pack and just make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate everybody's help here. It's been a really great ride. Make sure you go to duelingguard.com, enter the code SOG for 15% off all your gaming merchandise needs. They've got some sweet things. They are a sponsor of the podcast. Also at w.gg, enter the code SOG10 for 10% off all your energy drink needs. It's one of those things where it's a super exciting time here with the podcast. We're going to be doing a lot of cool things. The D&D campaign's been a huge success. Overall, I'm really thankful for each and every one of you and your support. Infinite pea shoes. But yeah, overall, happy to do more content. Happy to just do general walkthroughs and guides. Kind of give people, I can do more in-depth stuff too. It's an interesting time here in the podcast, and I'm just super appreciative. Have a good night, everybody.